everyone, welcome to Royal Fashion News. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. And so I'm going to be ranking my 5 best and 5 worst royal looks of this week. So that's ending on October 21st, 2022. And so I will just be sharing some of those and let me know your thoughts at the end. Do you think I got it right? Do you think I got it wrong? And what was your favorite royal fashion look of the week? So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, number 1 on my worst column. Unfortunately, I have to give it to Crown Princess Victoria. She actually came up on this list quite a lot, and I actually had to rein it back in. I am not a fan of this look. The color I don't think works for her. The belt, there's a thick belt, which we will get back to in somebody else's outfit, which I don't think does her any favors. And it's just not a real flattering look. So I wish she had done something a little bit different here. I mean, I know she is very engaged in her patronages and those sorts of things, but her fashion leaves a lot to be desired at times, especially her non-gala looks. Like her daily royal look, working looks aren't always the best. And I just definitely think this one is a stinker here. All right, next on the best list, I have to go with Princess Beatrice. So I actually love this look. I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, that's definitely going on the best dress list this week. I just love it that it's kind of simple. She has a long coat on, and I kind of love the detail on the boots. I think that's kind of fun. They kind of have this metal stud detail, which I think is really great. She's at a dyslexia event. She suffers from that learning disability, and so she's very passionate about being involved in projects in that area. So her coat is from Burberry, which is, I feel like, also very, very British. But anyways, I just really love this look. I thought it was unexpected and fun, and I thought she really pulled it off. Okay, next on the worst list, I'm sorry to say, is Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. I saw this look, and I know she's traveled a lot the last couple of weeks. She was in Sweden, then she traveled to the United States, and then she traveled over to Africa and Tanzania. So I know she has been traveling a lot. But if you look at her shoes, I feel like she kind of got woken up right as they were landing and put her shoes on over her airplane socks that they gave her in first class. That's what I feel like that looks like. It just, I don't know, it's just too relaxed for me. Granted, she's arriving late at night. I'm sure she's tired, but it just looks a little too casual. It's just not totally working for me. And the socks with the shoes, that's just a no-no. Yeah, it looks like literally they woke her up about 10 minutes before they landed and she totally forgot she had the socks on. So, and her feet were cold, which I totally get. It's cold on airplanes. Long haul flights are no fun at all, but I feel like there could have been a little bit more effort there. All right, so my next favorite look of the week is actually Queen Matilda of the Belgians. I just love this floral dress. It's so pretty. I love the coat. I really, really want the coat. It's Giorgio Armani, which I cannot afford, but I really, really want the coat. And I love how a lot of women can do this kind of off the shoulder things where their arms aren't through the coat. I know some people dislike that. I actually really like that, but it depends on the coat. Every once in a while, Megan would do that, but she would wear, like, one time she wore a blazer, and because it's not meant to lay on the shoulders like that, and it had like arm pads or whatever, it was literally at her ears. And I'm like, that's not how those are supposed to look. But I feel like this is a very elegant look. The dress is from Diane von Furstenberg, who actually, von Furstenberg is a royal title. She was actually a princess at one point before she divorced her husband. So you can find this dress. It's about $300-ish. And I actually just purchased a dress this weekend, which I will try to link to if I can find it. It's got kind of a similar green floral vibe, and it's a bit darker green, so more of a forest green or kind of an olive green, and I feel like it would really work if you were interested in that. So I will link again, and I will link matching things down below, and if I'll find the direct thing, and I will try to find also some alternatives. Okay, so next on my worst column is Camilla. Yes, yet again, Camilla. And I was really debating because I almost put Victoria on here 3 times, and I thought that was, I couldn't do that. So Camilla was at this Project Zero event, and this dress with the feather print reminds me of something you could go into Hobby Lobby and buy off the shelves, and that's a make it yourself dress. That's what that reminds me of. I feel like the print is it's subtle, but it's also too loud, if that makes sense. Like, it's not bright colors, but just really reminds me of something that you find in a craft store somewhere. It's a roll of fabric. That is exactly what that reminds me of. So I am not really a fan of that. It's just, yeah, no bueno for me. Okay, next on the best dress list is Letizia, and she could have been on the best dress list like 3 or 4 times, but I think I'm going to limit best dress to 2 times, worst dress 2 times for people, just to kind of not go crazy on one person. Unfortunately, we did not have Catherine this week. She and her kids, so they are on half-term break, so we will probably not see her nor William for the next week or 2. But so Queen Letizia and her husband King Philippe are in Germany, and I love this look. I love the bright pink. I love pink. I love the floral purse. I think that's gorgeous. I love, again, having the coat drape over the shoulders correctly. I feel like it does really work for me. I feel like there's an elegance to that. And I feel like there's just kind of something fun with her in this super bright dress. It's raining. She's holding an umbrella. I just really, really love this dress. Unfortunately, the purse is no longer available because I saw the person really wanted it, and it's no longer available. The shoes are Prada. The coat is Carolina Herrera. And she's worn this dress before, so I will look and see if they're still selling it, because I really want it, because I think that is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Okay, so next on my worst dress list, and this is one I kind of had to come to at the end in exchange for Crown Princess Victoria, but the more I saw this dress on the model too, the uglier it is. So this is Princess Sofia of Sweden, and she is at this event, and she is wearing this kind of green, forest olive green dress, which is not very flattering. And I feel like too, we saw this in Crown Princess Victoria as well. I think thick belts like that can make you look wider if you're not careful. And I just don't like the details on the sleeve, which we saw in the modeling pictures. It's just very busy, and honestly, it doesn't even look flattering on the model. So my thing is, if a dress does not look flattering on a model or an outfit, it ain't gonna look flattering on anybody, because it's supposed to look flattering on a model at the very least. If it doesn't look flattering on her, it ain't gonna look flattering anywhere, guys. So I am gonna have to say this is a no, and I'm not really a fan of her hair either, and I also am not a fan of having like really dark roots and really light kind of ends of her hair. I'm just not really a fan of that. Kind of pick one or the other. You could argue it's an ombre effect, but at the same time, not really. You need something more subtle, because that's not that subtle. Okay, next on my best dress list, which is someone we will see more of, is Rajwa Al Sarif. I am pronouncing that wrong, so that is the case. She is the fiance of Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan. So he is the once and future king, I guess you could say. And that is his fiance. They got engaged a couple of months ago. She has this incredibly gorgeous engagement ring, and she is wearing an Alexander McQueen belt and skirt. I'm not, I would say, totally sold on the skirt to a certain extent, but I love kind of from the belt up, like the start of the skirt up. I'm not sure about the ends of the skirt, but I just feel like it's a really kind of timeless look, and she's, I think, going to be somebody to really watch when it comes to royal fashion. Her mother-in-law will be Queen Rania of Jordan, and she's well known for having an impeccable eye for fashion. Some people say she spends too much on it. I think she gets a lot of freebies. I guess they're probably allowed freebies in Jordan, because my understanding is they don't have a ton of money, if I remember correctly, compared to some of the other royal households. And she gets criticized for she has probably one of the most expensive wardrobes of any royal. She always looks great, but it's a very, very pricey wardrobe. So it seems like Rajwa is taking a bit of a cue out from her, although I think her family is also independently wealthy, so I don't think that's kind of a huge thing, but I do think she looked great. But it's a very expensive wardrobe. So we have Alexander McQueen, Gucci, and Manolo Blahniks all represented here. So that's a pretty pricey piece. All right, so for my worst dress, so I'll let you guys guess kind of what it is, but I will have to go with number 1 for my worst dress this week, unfortunately to say, is Crown Princess Victoria in this Kermit green suit with the booties. I do not like this suit. It's I think it could work, but I feel like the black almost makes it too harsh, and it's already so stinking bright. It's just way too harsh. I don't really like it. And I feel like booties too, you have to be careful with booties because it can really cut off your leg. And I feel like that's what they're doing to Crown Princess Victoria here. I'm just not a fan. It's Zara suit, so it's actually, you know, something that's rather affordable, but I'm just not a big fan of it. And I just, yeah, the big gold earrings, it's just, the whole look's not working for me. I think maybe having something lighter underneath would soften it, because otherwise it feels so harsh with the black as the accent. It feels like so much and so harsh. Victoria used to have a stylist around the time of her wedding, and I think she would benefit from maybe getting another stylist. I feel like, because she looked great at the time. She has one of my, you know, a couple of my favorite gown looks are from Crown Princess Victoria around that time. But since then, it's kind of been a lot of hit and miss, and oftentimes more miss. So, but on to my favorite look of the week, and this was tough because I debated between this and the pink, but I do absolutely love this skirt and jacket set from Queen Letizia here. The jacket and the skirt and the top are all from Hugo Boss. Actually, Meghan Markle has that same skirt in, I believe, that same color and in the green color. And I actually managed to find that skirt on sale in caramel. So one day when I lose weight, I will show that off for you guys. And I will say, it is the softest thing. It is very, very soft, and I feel like here it looks gorgeous on her. I just love the red. I feel like red really, really works for Letizia. I think it just highlights the look incredibly well. I just absolutely love it. I think she did a smashing job on her tour in Germany. She also had this gorgeous red gala dress, which I also really liked, but honestly, I lean more towards this dark red suit and the pink number. I feel like those two are, for me, my favorite, but I'll also leave up here a couple of outfit choices that maybe you will like or dislike. Obviously, I could have gone with something from Meghan, but her variety shoot, the outfits to me were kind of, they were fine. So I just didn't decide to go in that direction, but these are my favorite royal fashion looks of the week. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.